Welcome back on the Museum. My name is Eric. Thank you so much for watching. And I'm in a weird place. I just want to show that to you. All right, so finally made it to the Trotsky place, which is a grave right now. This place is fantastic. It's really weird. I don't know what to think about Trotsky, to be honest with you. I'm not a communist, as far as I know. Just in case I was not sure I was a communist, I just read Marx again. But was Marx a communist? It's a big question. Marx was not even a Marxist, and Trotsky was not even a Trotskyist, so I guess that's the kind of thing you say. Weird thing to say about Trotsky. Invented, well, he's kind of one of the father of the confiscation game, so you can't feel like super good about that. But on the other hand, he's also the father of an ideal, which is kind of unique in the world, I would say, something like this. So I'm still interested to be in here. So Trotsky lived in exile almost his entire life. I mean, the guy been exiled from France, has been exiled from the US, and people has been. I love some stories like he got arrested with like the equivalent of €500,000 of today when you arrive somewhere, and of course he got in trouble for that, because you do get in trouble for that. That's kind of obvious, of course. And I really like the thought that he had like absolutely no fear. So I just read a little bit about this book called My Life, and then a little bit of his work on the Force International, of course, and most definitely this is Mexico, live baby. So I know a little of his work, but so far what I've read still it's kind of always been very interesting. So I mean, you can feel that the guy's having like a very interesting spirit in his work. Of course, he was a man of extreme violence, and that's difficult to imagine. And the price of that is like, well, you get murdered in your hot garden as you're feeding your rabbits or something, right? But I guess if you're on a live revolution, even if you had mistakes, and even you for communism, which is almost a word you can't use anymore. I'm a worker, so I started working when I was 15 years old, and I can't think about the individual anymore. I like to think about the group, the mass of people. So really, that's good to feel here. I'd like to see someone who tried. At least you can say that. So apparently, the day died, 1940, by Spice and by Stalin. Well, that's actually officially the version. He was 60 something, as I read, and he took care of his rabbits that you're looking at right now. And he was back to his office where I'm working now. His garden is really peaceful, even though it's close to the highway. I guess it was a little bit quieter back in the days. And yeah, that's interesting. So I'm gonna get into the office right now. And he used to work right here. And you can see there was a place of survey. And the weird thing is, like, he was surveyed for weeks and days, and one day he just took his guard off for like a couple of hours. Just one thing about Trotsky, he had weird feeling about Stalin, and he got a point right there. But he's also the one who was really writing with mostly feelings, and that was quite essential. I don't know, guy living with rabbits, but he's also with extreme violence, which is kind of weird. Now you see kids running in the garden and stuff like that. But it was interesting to see his work. Let me show you one more time. Really, I guess the most impressive is probably all those books everywhere. I mean, absolutely everything. Benjamin, Stravangria, War, Plisnier, uh, Obraz. Those are Japanese volumes, right? There's really places from humanity made to horror. And he was working on his telling when he died, which is kind of weird. Anyway, so mixed feeling about that place. Just a dining room, kitchen, places that interest me well. The bedroom with a Republic, kind of a last portrait, I guess, over there, and some more books. What? Oh yeah, and that's what happened. Imagine people got shot here, and that hole over there, and you got all those holes right there. So that was 3 months before they took his life. With this pure and chili kind of stuff right there. Look at that, and that's why I came back. Impressive. Oh yeah, and now I'm thinking about that quote by Kundera, which is you need to choose between yelling and dying earlier, or be quiet and buy yourself the life of a coward. I always loved that sentence until I was like, I don't know, maybe 14 when I read that. Oh, well, that's why Trotsky used to take a shit. Can you believe that? I'm not a huge fan of like writers' houses. As I'm visiting this one was like almost pension because it was like the house anyone can live here. Stay. There's last like a vibe when you're saying to it, right? But it's still interesting to see what the work I've been doing. And mostly I'm visiting this place because I'm writing my book on philosophy, which is like like Anders used to say, you can't really just sit at your desk and enjoy music and literature because you just can't. It's in your guts. You feel like you can't do it, and you just get to work and you get to do papers, and that's what you got to do, right? So yeah, I'm gonna get back to work on my philosophy book. See you soon, guys. I think it's gonna be published 2024, so I got 1 year to write that, and I'm shooting that in the early 2023. It's probably gonna be only on my channel in March when I come back in France. But I love the whole phone thing. The vibe was good for some reason. A lot of books. We knew he was reading a lot. The whole original books and writing places. That's how you write a newspaper. The guy with the iron train, and yeah, typewriter and everything is kind of a super regional and usually not touching anything in museums, but I don't know. Aquí trabajan los secretos. The Trotsky. So that's not even his main dining room. Alright, so there was Cedric live from Trotsky's office. Don't forget, no matter what you do, if you're not doing it with a smile, well, you might be doing it wrong.